It is made in support of a criminal complaint and arrest warrants for number one, Eugene Henley Jr., also known as AKA Big U, AKA Unc, AKA Draws, AKA Hannibal, AKA Hannibal Muhammad, AKA Anybody, AKA Dave Austin,
What? Say that again?
AKA Dave
You
Austin.
rat.
Yeah, that's Big.
We want every side to come together to attempt to take down the 100 side.
Man, they gotta
But we want
understand,
all the
right?
smoke.
We go off the content.
Three, two, one. Hey there. Welcome back to the channel where we keep it real. No capping. I'm your host, bringing you nothing but straight fire and authenticity. Today, we're diving into 12 rooms that I got to promote. The 100 ENT showroom, hosted by Big Wack100. The Beehive room. Love and R&B room, hosted by the queen of the 100 side, R&B. No room for the weak. No mercy room. Spin the block room. 100 ENT Jailbreak squad room. 100 ENT South room. Petty Betty and Toxic Tanya room. Dangerous Minds room, hosted by Beast. Good Burger, hosted by Pitbull. Sleepless in LA, and many more. If you want to get closer or you want to be a part of the show, go to Clubhouse, follow one of these rooms, or you look for a room titled with Wack100. These particular videos all made possible by the one and only Wack100. Get ready to vibe with me as we explore the hardest topics that need some real recognition in the streets. Let's jump right into it and show some love to this channel by hitting the like and or subscribe button. So, without further ado, hold it down. One mic on Wack.
Columbia, date filed March 17, 2025. United States of America versus Eugene Henley Jr., Sylvester Robinson, Mark Martin, Tremaine Ashley Williams, Armani Alpha G, Frederick Blanton Jr., and Tiffany Shanrika Hines. Case number 225 Mike Juliet 01494 Delta Uniform Tango Yankee. Criminal complaint by telephone or other reliable electronic means. We're about to get into it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share the room. Let's go. We know where you at. Only on the 100 side. Introduction. I, Andrew James Roser, being duly sworn, declare and state as follows. Special agent with the FBI. They've been employed since September 2018. Special Agent Roser is currently assigned to the Criminal Enterprise Squad of the Orange County Resident Agency of the FBI. Their job is to be tasked with investigating violent gangs and organized criminal enterprises. From March 2019 through December 2024 is when this person joined the Orange County Resident Agency. They were assigned to the Los Angeles field office investigating these violent crimes and organized criminal enterprises in conjunction with the Los Angeles Metropolitan Task Force on Violent Gangs. The abbreviation is the LAMT-FVG, a multi-agency federal state and local gang task force. Pay attention to that. It's not your regular people. It's a multi-agency federal, state, and local gang task force. Their experience is basically stating that within the FBI, but not limited to, they conduct physical surveillance, executing search warrants, arrest warrants, issuing subpoenas, and things of that nature, right? It goes into their training, and they're basically stating on who they are and why they had an expert into reading this document, right? The purpose of this affidavit. The affidavit is made in support of a criminal complaint and arrest warrants for number one, Eugene Henley Jr., also known as AKA Big U, AKA Unc, AKA Draws, AKA Hannibal, AKA Hannibal Muhammad, AKA Anybody Killer, AKA Dave Austin,
What? Say that again?
AKA Dave Austin.
Right?
Yeah, that's Big E.
We don't have to ask if that was his AKA anymore, do we?
Clear that up real quick. All right, let's get to it.
That
My
was
bad.
easy. That was
Yeah,
easy, right?
$6
But let's
million
continue.
man. Yeah.
That was easy. Sylvester Robinson, aka Vay Robinson, and Mark Martin, aka Beardclaw Martin, for a violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 1916 Delta, racketeer, influence, and corrupt organizations conspiracy. So there you have it. That's who's charged with the racketeering, with the RICO, right? Eugene Henley Jr., Sylvester Robinson, Mark Martin. You guys got that? All right, let's move along. Tremaine Ashley Williams, aka Luce Cannon, for violation of Title 18, United States Code Section 1951 Alpha, interference with commerce by robbery. One charge. Tremaine Ashley Williams, aka Luce Cannon, for violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 1951, interference with commerce by robbery, not with the RICO. Let's move on. Any questions on that? Armani.
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
So when you say not included in the RICO, that means that's not. I don't understand that part. Can you break that down?
So it seems that Queen, a question. I'm looking at the actual charge within the indictment. That's why we wanted to wait till the indictment comes out to see what they were actually charged with, right? If I scroll to the top, the names on the RICO, right, are all their names, but the actual specific charges is, as of right now, they have Luce Cannon charged with just a robbery, which is Title 18, Section 1951 Alpha. They have Eugene Henley, Mark Martin, Sylvester Robinson actually charged with the RICO charge with which is Title 18, Section 1962 Delta.
Okay, got it.
Right? Any other questions?
Nope, that was perfect. Thank you so much.
No question, man. So next, Armani Mani for a violation of Title 18, United States Section Code 2421 Alpha, which is transportation of an individual in interstate commerce with intent that the individual engage in prostitution. And Frederick Blanton Jr., Blanton, and Tiffany Sharika Hines for violation of Title 18, United States Code Section 134.1, bank fraud. Any questions on those charges?
No.
Let me move forward. The affidavit is also made in support of warrants to search the following. So here's where they're going to justify those warrants that they took out. So now remember, we're looking for what? Wiretap authorization, whose phone was tapped, affidavits for probable cause, who told, how many snitches told. This is where this should tell us, right? Let's get into the work. This affidavit is made in also support of warrants to search the following. The person of Henley, as described in attachment A1. A black 2021 Mercedes registered to Henley and believed to be used by Henley, bearing California license plate 8 Uniform Tango Whiskey 346, as described in attachment 2. Henley's residence, I'm not going to dox him, as described in attachment 3. That's probably what you guys saw today being rated. That's in LA. Another residence, not going to dox him again. So 2 residences, both in LA, both zip 90043. So permission to raid 2 the person of Robinson, as described in attachment 5, So his residence somewhere in Northridge, California. Martin, as described in attachment A7, his residence in LA. The business of ex-offender fellowship network doing business as developing options. So the business location located at somewhere on Crenshaw, in LA. So that got raided too. So two of Big U's houses. You got the Martin dude's house, the Robinson dude's house, and then you got the the ex-offender fellowship network developing options building raided in somewhere on Crenshaw. Any questions on that? And remember, those are the people that's charged with the RICO, not the others. So you don't see any of the other houses being raided, right? Of the other people, as of yet, you only see the RICO people being raided. Keep that in mind, right? The items to be seized, The items to be seized from Henley's Mercedes, Henley's, I don't want to dox and Henley's. So they're basically saying that his business location, and we're racking in real time, guys. So his business location, something in Arlington, are evidence of fruits and instrumentalities of violations of the RICO. So they're going to confiscate everything that he has over there. And they allege that he committed these following crimes. He violated the RICO, unlawful debt collection, which could be the extortion part, conspiracy to interference and attempted interference with commerce by robbery and extortion, use of a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence, transportation of an individual in interstate commerce with intent that the individual engaged in prostitution, wire fraud, embezzlement, conversion, and intentional misapplication of funds from organization receiving federal funds, bank fraud, false statement to a financial institution, attempt to evade or defeat income tax, willful failure to file tax return, obstruction of justice. Those are all Eugene Henley's charges. Just him. And that's the justification to seize those items, is because he personally violated all of those acts. Next, the items to be seized from Robinson's premises, Martin's premises are evidence of fruits and instrumentalities of violations of 18 USC 1962 Delta, which is the RICO, right? So Martin Robinson, conspiracy to interference and attempted interference with commerce by robbery and extortion, use of a firearm in furtherance of a crime of violence, obstruction of justice. That's them two. The items to be seized from developing options premises are evidence, fruits, and instrumentalities of violations of 1962. All right. Let's see. The same thing as Big U: embezzlement, conversion, misapplication of funds, bank fraud, false statement to a financial institution, attempt to evade or defeat income tax, and willful failure to file income tax returns. Any questions on that, guys? So we went over what they seized. We went over the properties that they searched and who actually was part of the RICO and who had individual charges. Any questions on that so far?
Yeah, so when he said wire fraud, that's like the bank, right? Bank
Yes,
fraud,
ma'am.
like, okay.
Yes, ma'am. That could be check, that could be money. And that's what that Tiffany person is charged with, right? Let's see. So, summary of the investigation. Here's where we get to the nitty-gritty. Remember, the article stated that this investigation happened months after the Rashard Williams rest in peace death, right? Justice for him. So let's see if that matches up. In February of 2020, the FBI Los Angeles Metropolitan Task Force on Violent Gangs, remember that multi-task force, federal and local, right? What that means
2021,
is
sorry. You said
2021, yes.
2020, so 2021. Just want to.
Apologize. 2021. Thank you, Queen. In February 2021, right, that task force of local, federal, which means to you guys, intense resources, a lot of resources, shared resources, right? Launched an investigation into Henley's criminal enterprise, the Big U Enterprise, and its association with the Rolling 60s neighborhood Crip Street Gang. When they began investigating in August 2020, the Big U Enterprise is a mafia-like organization that utilizes Henry's stature and long-standing association with the Rolling 60s and other street gangs to intimidate businesses and individuals in Los Angeles. The Big U Enterprise is led by Henley. Henley is a self-admitted member and OG of the Rolling 60s, a violent criminal street gang which with associated sets in several other states. Henley is widely regarded as a leader within the Rolling 60s. They goes in to talk about how he came into power. In the late 1980s, he rose to a prominent position. He earned his reputation as an enforcer for the 60s. It states that some members of the Big U Enterprise are also members of the 60s, but not all. He's able to lead the enterprise because of his standing as the face of the Rolling 60s for decades and his reputation for violence, including murder. At times, the Big U Enterprise partners with members and associates of the Rolling 60s and other criminal elements for mutual benefit. Through the course of the investigation, agents gathered information from a variety of sources, including confidential human sources, surreptitious recordings, including Title III wiretaps. So let's back up. Confirmation, they have confidential human sources. Also, confirmation, they have recordings plus Title III wiretaps. Search warrants for social media, iCloud, and Google accounts. Financial records from both individuals and companies or organizations. Toll records, when they say toll, they mean phone records. Toll records showing communications between conspirators, victims, and Big U Enterprise members and associates. Cell site location information for numerous phones, including Henley's, Robinson's, and Martin's. City of Los Angeles records, public filings, and other publicly available information. Interviews of witnesses and victims. The investigation employed various additional investigative techniques, including surveillance, vehicle tracking, poll cameras, recording devices, interaction with confidential sources, and information gleaned through undercover purchases of firearms and narcotics.
Damn! So they had undercovers
Yes, ma'am.
purchasing firearms and
Drugs.
narcotics.
Including they tracked the vehicles, they had surveillance, they had tracking on the vehicles, they had poll cameras, recording devices, CIs, and undercovers, man.
Why do they say Title III wiretaps? What does that mean? Why do they have to say Title III?
So I know there's different types of wiretaps, right? So let me get what a Title III wiretap entails, because it's going to basically entail what they have to do to get it. Give me one second. Okay, here you go, ma'am. A Title III warrant application must be prepared by a law enforcement or investigative officer, signed by a United States attorney, and made under oath, presented to a federal district judge or court of appeals judge. The application must identify the type of communications to be intercepted, the specific federal offenses from which there is probable cause, and the target subjects and phones. The application must include a minimization plan outlining how the interception will be minimized, tailoring to any specific facts of the investigation. Ooh. Title III also addresses pin register and trap and trace devices, requiring government entities to obtain a court order for the installation and use. So
Okay.
Title III, here you go.
So they basically have to have warrants to place these wiretaps.
And that's a heavy warrant, man. That because they can put trap and trace devices in your vehicles, right? So let's see. That's heavy. That's heavy.
You're doing a
So it's
great job. Keep going.
Thank you, man. Yeah. So Title III of the Omnibus Bus Crime Control and Safe Streets Act of 1968, also known as the Wiretap Act, prohibits the unauthorized, non-consensual interception of wire, oral, or electronic communications by government agencies, as well as private parties, right? So it states here that Title III prohibits the intentional, actual, or attempted interception, use of disclosure, or procurement of any other person to intercept or endeavor to intercept any wire communications, right? So the exception is if they get that warrant. And it requires federal, state, and other government officials to exchange judicial authorization for intercepting that communication. So a judge may issue a warrant authorizing interception of communications for up to 30 days upon showing a probable cause that the interception will reveal evidence that an individual is committing, has committed, or is about to commit a particular offense. A law enforcement or investigating officer may disclose to another law enforcement officer testimony obtained in authorized wiretapping. Any federal official who receives information pursuant to provision may use the information as necessary, right? So any other questions on wiretaps?
No, sir. Thank you.
Right, so within 30 days.
Also, when you
Yes, ma'am.
move on to another page, can you tell me what page you're on so I can follow along?
Yes, ma'am. I'm on
Please.
page 20. I'm on page 24 right now. Give me 1 second. Let me go back to it. Any other questions? Put them into the chat, y'all. Queen, we are on page. We'll go back to. We're on page 10. So since the inception of the investigation, the FBI, the IRS. Let me go back up 1 second. We're on page 11, paragraph 11. The United States District Court for the Central District of California authorized, pay attention, guys. The United States District Court for the Central District of California authorized multiple Title III wire and electronic interception orders for telephones being used by certain subjects of the investigation, including Henley, Robinson, Martin, and Zaire Mitchell,
That's Bricc, baby.
aka Bricc Baby.
Bingo.
His phone was hot the whole time.
So his
He
phone
say,
was
Wack,
tapped
that's
the
the
whole
homegirl.
time.
I said, I don't give call to call. Call him. If you need to
What
know the
happened?
homie. What's the homie name to run another truck? Spank. He called. He said,
Am I
Wack on the
tripping?
phone. He said, you hot. Nigga, what? I said,
No, it's
look, baby, you ain't
audio.
got to do that screaming. You hot as a
Oh, who
firecracker.
paying that?
Pulled you in already. A nigga
Hey,
told you
Rod.
some
505.
state lines that got paid. 5-600.
Oh,
Right now, I don't
he
know if
just
you're
in
talking
another
about
room.
a
He
safe
not on
bank.
the
It's a
live,
powerful
so we
right,
can run our
right?
own content
Okay, my
because it's gonna
comrades
push
on the other
everybody over
side.
there.
Keep going, Prince.
Let me go back a little bit, right? Don't forget, we went over what a Title III wiretap is, right? The United States District Court for the Central District of California authorized multiple Title III wire and electronic interception orders for telephones being used by certain subjects of the investigation. Certain subjects of the investigation, including Henley, Robinson, Martin, and Zaire Mitchell, aka Bricc Baby. So go back. Only certain subjects of the investigation got the Title III wiretap. So they're investigating something separate for those guys. Put that into your brains, right? That they needed to get a Title III wiretap for, right? The court also authorized the interception of audio and visual nonverbal conduct via closed circuit television through the installation of video and audio bugs in a location 3. Holy shit.
Man, that's crazy.
Holy shit, Queen. I'm gonna read that one more time. So, long story long, they bug whatever location 3 is. The court also authorized the interception of audio and visual nonverbal conduct via closed circuit television CCTV through the installation of video and audio bugs in the location 3. Now, we are the exposers. This is how you read that. If a location was already named, it's not going to be named location 3. So it's not anybody's house that's already named previously. You guys understand that part? Or they would have kept that location a secret when they named it. So location 3, you can also assume that there's 2 other locations, right? Location 1 and location 2 that are not named yet either. You're talking to the exposers now. That's what we do. Let's do what we do. Right? So now, put that into your memory banks. I'm looking for 2 other locations. I know they're not these guys' houses. I also know that these 4 out of the other guys on the indictment got some special shit going on. Right? Everybody with me so far? We all get there, right? Let's go. Now we're still on page 11. Here we go. Since the inception of this investigation, the FBI, the IRS Criminal Investigation Division, the CI, the United States Attorney's Office, the North Las Vegas Police Department, the LAPD, and other agencies have interviewed more than 50 individuals, including, you ready for this? The LAPD and other local agencies have interviewed more than 50 individuals, including subjects of the investigation, who agreed to voluntarily provide information as discussed further below. Listen,
Oh my
grab
God.
whatever the fun of grab. Queen, grab it. I don't know what they're gonna
Oh
grab.
my
So
God.
grab it. Listen. I need 2. Listen, y'all. If they name these names,
So they're basically saying that
yes, ma'am.
these people that had these title whatever recordings or phone taps and different things were aware and were kind of cooperating. Is that what I'm hearing? Am I like tripping?
It's worse than that, Queen. It's worse than that.
What is it? Yo. What is it?
Queen.
What? Say it ain't so.
They voluntarily gave up information. Voluntarily means we ain't put no time on your head.
Them went to them.
That means you came in there talking to us and put two and two together, Queen. DA reject, AK and some dope, picked up by the feds we know. You came to us talking to us.
Wow.
And we bugged the location because of you. Location 3 got bugged because of you. We don't gotta say no names. It's gonna come out. Let's keep doing
So
this.
you basically set the trap.
You set the homies up. You bugged the location. And now you understand why every location we go to, we scan everything with our flipper zero. We don't play no games with y'all rat ass niggas. Shameless plug, by the way. Want me to continue?
Please continue.
Yeah, love. This shit finna go crazy. This shit finna go crazy.